Mira grew up in a world most people could only dream of. Her family was wealthy, her home was beautiful, and her parents loved her. They had big plans for her, and every choice they made for her aimed at ensuring she lived up to their expectations. Her father, a powerful businessman, was well respected, and her mother was known for her grace and social connections. They gave Mira the best of everything: private tutors, trips abroad, and access to an elite world. But even with all these privileges, Mira sometimes felt as though she was living inside a bubble. Her parents were strict about the people she could be friends with, and her life followed a path her parents had set before she was even born. Still, Mira loved them deeply, and she wanted to make them proud, so she worked hard at school, excelled in her studies, and tried to live up to the high standards they set. By the time she reached university, Mira was beautiful, smart, and admired by everyone around her. She had long, dark hair, warm brown eyes, and a kind smile that lighted up her face. Her parents expected her to choose a major that would lead to a high-paying career, but Mira followed her heart and chose physiology. She wanted to help people to understand them and to make a real difference. Her parents disapproved, but hoped she could change her mind over time. Then one day, everything changed. Mira met Leo. It happened by chance in the university library. Mira was struggling with a physiology paper when Leo sat down at a nearby table. He noticed her frown and offered her a kind smile. "Need some help?" he asked, his voice warm and friendly. Mira glanced up. Surprised by his kindness, she nodded. Grateful for the break from her work, they started talking, and she quickly found herself captivated. Leo was charming, with a warmth and humor that made her feel at ease. He came from a different world than hers, a world without wealth or luxury. Leo's family wasn't rich, and he had to work hard for everything he had. His father was a mechanic and his mother a nurse, and he had two younger siblings whom he helped care for. Despite his challenges, Leo was ambitious and full of dreams. He was studying business administration and worked two part-time jobs to support himself through school. He wanted to build a better future for himself and his family. As they talked, Mira found herself drawn to his optimism and determination. She admired his strength and his humility, unlike the people she had known all her life. Leo had a drive that came from within rather than from family expectation. Days turned into weeks, and soon Mira and Leo were inseparable. They spent late nights talking about their dreams, their fears, and the life they wanted to build together. For the first time, Mira felt free. She didn't have to hide who she was with Leo. He accepted her completely, and she felt an intense connection to him. They would laugh together, explore hidden parts of campus, and find joy in simple moments. Slowly, they fell deeply, hopelessly in love. After graduation, Leo got down on one knee. With a small silver ring, Mira's heart leaped as he took her hand and said, "Mira, I may not have much, but I promise to love you and to take care of you. Will you marry me?" With excitement, Mira said yes. Leo 1,000 times yes. They hugged each other tight, filled with hope and excitement for the future. Mira believed her parents would see how much Leo loved her, and that love would be enough. When she brought Leo to their elegant home to introduce him as her fiancé, her father's face grew cold, and her mother felt disappointed. "Mira, this man cannot give you the life you deserve," he said. "We raised you to have standard. You cannot throw that away for this." Mira's heart pounded with anger and disbelief. "Dad, he is a good person. He loves me. Isn't that what matters?" But her mother shook her head. "Marriage isn't just about love, Mira. It's about security, stability. We want you to be with someone who can match you in every way, someone who can provide for you. Leo simply isn't that man." Mira tried to explain how much Leo meant to her. "Please, Mom, Dad, I love him. We can build a life together." But her father's voice turned eyes. "You are making mistake, Mira. End this foolishness or you will regret it." Mira left her parents' house with a heavy heart, feeling as though the world she had known was crumbling. But her love for Leo was too strong to let go. Against her parents' wishes, she and Leo planned a small, intimate wedding. Her family refused to attend, and though it broke her heart, she knew Leo was worth it. After the exchange vows, Mira felt as though she was stepping into a dream. She and Leo held each other close, believing they could overcome anything as long as they were together. Everything was going on well for them, a beautiful and a happy home. One fateful afternoon, as Mira was going to the market, she had an accident and was rushed to the hospital. When Mira woke up in the hospital, she was in terrible pain. She tried to move, but her legs felt strange. She looked around in confusion, her heart racing with fear. "Leo," she whispered. Leo sat by her side, holding her hand. His face was pale and his eyes were filled with worry. "Mira, there was an accident. The doctors say you won't be able to walk again." Mira's heart shattered. She felt as though her entire world had come crashing down. She had dreams of a life filled with adventure, of a future where she and Lord would travel and build a family. Now she lay helplessly, unable to move, her dreams slipping away. After weeks of painful therapy and countless tears, Mira was finally discharged. Leo brought her home, carrying her as she fought back feelings of helplessness. She told herself they could face this challenge together, that love would be enough to keep them strong. But soon, Mira began to notice changes in Leo. At first, he was attentive, helping her with everything she needed. But as time went on, he started coming home late, often without explaining where he had been. He grew distant, spending more time away from home, and Mira was left alone with her thoughts, her doubts, and her pain. The once warm, loving home became cold and silent. Leo no longer looked at her with the same affection. He was polite but distant, and Mira could sense that something had shifted between them. She wanted to believe it was just the stress, but deep down she feared that her accident had changed everything. One evening, she gathered the courage to ask him, "Leo, do you still love me?" Leo looked away, his face a mixture of guilt and sadness. "Mira, things are different now. I never imagined our life would be like this." Mira's heart broke as she realized the depth of his disappointment. She felt trapped, not just in her body, but in a life where love seems to be slipping through her fingers. Days turned into months, and Mira's isolation grew. She became haunted by the choice she has made, wondering if her parents had been right all along. Her life, once filled with love and promise, was now a prison of sorrow and regret. Leo eventually left for good, unable to bear the weight of his own unhappiness. Mira was left alone, with only her memories of the love they once shared. She had defied her family, choosing love over wealth, but now that love had abandoned her. In the quiet of her empty room, Mira thought back to her parents' warning, the life she had left behind, and the man she had once believed would be her forever. So, my dear viewers, be careful with the kind of choice you made. As the saying goes, what an elderly man sees when sitting down, a child standing in the tallest mountain cannot see it. If Mira had listened to her parents' warning, my advice to the young ones out there, don't go into marriage without your parents' blessings. Thanks for watching this video. Please be part of my growth. Like the video, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.